I prepared this exhibition after my darling left the room. It's for a private viewing one Sunday afternoon in Bellambi. I've got a cross section of my paintings and I've split it into a few sections. This is the religious section and it involves 5 pictures. The first of those pictures is a little motif by Del Sarto. I collected these 5 in Canberra. This is a beautiful little watercolour. The next one is a much larger, more expansive picture. It's a Madonna of the Chair. It's an all-on canvas with a 3-backed frame, about 300 years old. The next one is a sketch by a guy called Horatio Fortezza. Horatio lived in Croatia. He was an Italian who lived in Croatia, and that painting, which is a sketch, dates from 1543. The next one is a small motif of angels. Again, this is about 300 years old. The hand is the frame is handcrafted wood. It's a magnificent little picture, about 15 inches in diameter. The next one is the Virgin and Child. This one actually came out of the Borghese Gallery in Rome. It's about 300 years old as well. It was actually done by a guy called Borghese, and he copied it about 300 years ago in the Borghese Gallery, and it's just been left. And here is the provenance. And as you can see, it says the Virgin and Child after Raphael by Borghese from the Borghese Gallery, Rome. And to set that off, I've got a beautiful, beautiful bunch of roses, plus Tracy's 2 beautiful little turtles. And supporting the Murano vase, holding that, is a magnificent side table of 2 eagles from Germany. Good day, Mr. Eagles. Now we'll just quickly move on to the Australian section as we go past a couple of little Indian chairs and a couple of little statues out of the Angkor city in Cambodia. Only one of them is real. I'll leave that one to guess which one is. Leave you to guess which one is that. But it's the one on the right. Now, this is the Australian collection. The first one, there's the shadows that are playing a bit of havoc here. This is an Elizabeth Durack. Done in the 50s. She's the sister of Elizabeth Fanny Durack, Kings and Grass Castles. The next one is by Oscar Nemajira. Oscar is the brother of Albert. This is one of my favourite pictures in the entire collection. A very simple little painting with a tremendous amount of depth. Now I'll come back to a Jack Feeney later, but I didn't have room to put Jack here. So we're on to the Asian section at the moment. Now in the Asian section I've only got sort of 2 pictures exhibited with a few Asian things. I've got a lovely side table, 2 umbrella stands and 2 flower stands down the bottom. The little table is about 150 years old, as are the 2 wood blocks. The wood blocks were done by a guy called Kunichika. Kunichika is regarded as the last master of wood blocks in Japan. I'll just take you in and you can have a beautiful look at this. The integrity of the colour is very much intact in these, as they haven't been exhibited for over probably 40 or 50 years. Most people that have wood blocks today have exposed them to the sun, and so the integrity of the colour is very, very poor. Anyway, we'll just sort of flip on around the corner and I'll just give you a close-up of one of those vases. Beautiful, beautiful orange vases with a beautiful maple, as you get in Japan. And they've got some beautiful irises in them. So now we'll just go around and start to the European collection. Now, the first one in the European collection is a Moorland, a George Moorland. George was a very, very famous British artist, about 200 years old. He's in the top 10% of British painters of all time. And under George is a very simple little painting, well, not a little painting, very large painting out of Germany. I bought it because it's an oil print, and it was very, very rare, and I just sort of love the atmosphere that they created in the German home. A land baron for sure. But anyway, so we'll just keep on going around, and we'll come to one of my all-time favourite pictures. And there it is, a man coming back from market. It's all blowy, windy and gusty. He's got some eggs and bread, and he's got a pig on a string. Magnificent, very, very big picture. Very comical picture. The age is about 150, 200 years old, and it's at a time when common man started to be depicted in painting rather than all the rich and the famous. And this is next one is Jack Feeney. Jack Feeney is an Australian. He rose to fame as a cartoonist during World War One, and then is very influenced by Dali. But this here has got nothing to do with Dali. This is actually called a bush feast, and it's a conglomeration of all the things that you would find at the bottom of a tree: bark, leaves, mould, and it's just wonderful. Most people, when they actually see this painting, just can't work out what it is until I tell them that it's at the foot of a tree, and then they can get it immediately. Now, we'll come up to another two. I just buy the little lamp, which I actually purchased with Shemaine one day at Rocco Galleries, I think, down in Prahran. But these next two paintings are very interesting. Where they come from, no one really knows, but when I got them, they were absolutely black. And as I started to get them restored, the restorer rang me up and he said, "You have something very, very interesting here. Not only is it very interesting, but they're outstanding paintings. They have been done by a master." They're very much in the line of a 16th century Spanish painter who did these still lifes but put them in unusual settings. As you can see, this still life here, instead of being just a little vase of flowers, you've got this magnificent mountain painting in the background on the right hand side. I think these were done for forgeries to tap into when the Americans were coming across and buying sort of all European art when it was devastated after World War II. But anyway, that's my little gallery. I've got about 6 or 7 more paintings which I couldn't fit in here today. And but as always, it's all about curating rather than collecting, and I just hope everyone will enjoy the day and like my paintings, and that's it. I just sort of come around here and just sort of just give them a quick once over. The 3 donkeys are just so beautiful. They've all got so much personality. And down here to the Germans, go the Germans. Around here to the pig on the string. I love my pig on the string. Back down to the Feeney. Magnificent, magnificent painting, and a huge painting as well. And back to, we think, to the 2 forgeries. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the little tour of my gallery, and I'll report back after all the guests have gone. All the best. Bye.